So years ago, I was trying to work for UPS. You know, like Biggie Small says, don't get mad, UPS is hiring. So, but at UPS, you gotta work your way from the bottom in order to get to the top, which is just driving. So you have to work part-time, and it could be for years. And back in the day, maybe now it's a lot quicker. Back in the day, there's people working there for 8 years before they started driving. And that might have been an extreme case. Maybe there was less. But I know a lot of people that were working years as a part-time, like only 20 to 30 hours a week, trying to get to that top paid level of a driver. So imagine, hypothetically, imagine you work your way from $8 an hour all the way in between to become the head honcho, the owner of the company, right? You think you're gonna learn a lot of things that the average person is not gonna learn because they had to start from the bottom to get to the top. Versus people who are born with a silver spoon in their mouth or their hand, that they'd have everything they want, everything they need from the time they were born to the time they're an adult. So they didn't have to go through those struggles. Everything was handed to them, given to them. So what do you think is going to happen to that adult that goes from the top and falls and has to work their way back up? Do you think they're going to be as strong as the person that had to start from the bottom to work his way at the top? Probably not. And life shows that most people that go through struggles, most people that have to go through hardship and pain are stronger people, and that more wise than the average person that is given everything as a child, that is spoiled. What do you do with spoiled food? You throw it away. So why do people want to be spoiled? Why am I saying all this? Because it takes me back to spirituality. Like when they say Lucifer, the devil, fell from heaven, fell from the sky. Which now, knowing a little more than I know from the church, the devil or God, the Most High, heaven, the devil, hell, which is higher self, lower self, right? In this earth, or this dimension or realm, whatever you want to call it right now, this plane, we are, when you start to realize and see things, you realize this is hell. Why? Because we're not free. Why? Because we live in a prison planet. Why? Because you got to wake up every day working 9 to 5, which is the average. That's 8 hours, which I don't know anybody that works 8 hours nowadays a day. But really we work 10 to 12 hours. It's like the average now. So we call it work, but it's really slavery. So we're working or slaving for things that are free, natural to the earth. Food, water, shelter. Those things are naturally free. You don't see birds working at 9 to 5, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day to build a nest. No, they know how to build a nest from the earth, and they know how to seek their food and water from the earth. But we're supposed to be smarter. Anyway, so what I was basically, the whole point of all this spiel, this rant, is to say, it's like we are the devil, lower self, in this hell, trying to work our way to heaven, to our higher self. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I'm just saying it just makes sense logically to me, seeing experience, going through the experiences I have gone through, and I haven't gone through half as much as a lot of people that go through real struggles in this earth. I didn't say it was easy, but I'm just saying, I know a lot of times we go back and forth trying to compete with who had it worse and who had it better, all that stuff. I'm just trying to say, from my journey, from my experience, now looking at the life and looking at my experiences, it feels more now real to me that we go from being, and I'm using, you know, I know a lot of you guys, we're taught what the devil is, we're taught what God is, and I'm just using devil, God, hell, heaven, just because I know a lot of people know what those words are. We're not we're not really taught what the words truly mean. And if you look up the etymology of these words, you'll see for yourself. But I'm just trying to say, for this whole spiel, this whole rant, I always try to give an example of the physical and why I look at it the way I do in the spiritual. And this is just on my journey, and I just express it how I'm going through my journey. I don't really care how people react to it, but hopefully you got something out of it. And you're free to comment and add your perspective to it, because I like to learn from other people, and maybe you can add on to what I'm learning.